Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Athletics taking on the Miami Marlins. Biggest story coming into this one is what he's been able to do at the plate recently. Absolutely on fire, Singy.
Yeah, he's been terrific, Boog. Has really made this a dangerous team. His bat's been lethal of late, and it's opening up a lot of opportunities for his teammates, too.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. All right, just about ready for baseball. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Edward Cabrera. Tell us about him in that sub-3 ERA, Singy.
Well, anytime you can keep your ERA under 3, you're doing a lot of things right, and you're putting your team in a position to win a lot of ball games as well. And he's doing tremendous out there on the mound. Every time he gets the ball, you expect him to go out there and dominate, and that's what he's been to this point. We'll see how he is today.
All right, ready to go here. And now here's the speed threat, outfielder, Esteury Ruiz. And he deals. And it's even up. Cabrera with a stellar run lately on the mound, really carving up lineups. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Myers on the move. And in foul ground, he pulls it down. 1 out. And time now to check out the A's lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup is a bit unusual against a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, Boog, certainly bucks the old conventional wisdom, and I'm not sure I see the vision from the manager on this one. You're not exactly putting your players in the best situation to succeed when you roll out a lineup like this. Maybe they've seen something on video that tells them there's a weakness to exploit. Perhaps that's it.
The 1-1 is fouled off. One out, bases empty. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that was a really good job setting him up right there. Pitcher and catcher working together to finish him off with the fastball. And even though the location probably wasn't what he wanted, the sequence is what got the job done. Clearly late with the swing after seeing.
Well, we'll hold that thought as that's the 3rd out, and we'll end the inning. Middle of the 1st. No score after a half inning. Back here in Miami, and today's starter, Noah Murdock. And Chris, he's hoping for some better fortune moving forward.
Well, I'm looking to see if he can increase the amount of swings and misses and perhaps get more strikeouts, because hitters are batting over 300 against him, and that means guys are getting the barrel to the ball. Exit velocity's got to be pretty good when you have that kind of batting average, so he's going to have to find a way to do something different in this one.
And now for the Marlins, Otto Lopez. Base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Wow. So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch your lips.
So now the DH spot, Griffin Conine. Into center and a base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at 1st and 2nd with nobody out.
He was all over that one. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
1st and 2nd, no outs. Jonah Bride, the next up for the Marlins. Got him swinging on the curveball, and that is a big 1st out. Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. And there's a ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Tap foul at the plate. On the ground. There's one. Whips it to first on the run. And they get the out. Second inning coming up here in South Florida. No score. Back here at Lone Depot Park. This is J.J. Bleday. Cabrera winds and deals. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. And that's downstairs. And the count's even at 2. A little bit low.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right here.
And that one is lifted in the air. Mitchell gets under it and makes the grab. And there's one away. Gio Urshela to the plate. One down, base is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And that just misses. Gary Simmons, our plate umpire today, sort of has a reputation as a pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, a little bit of a wider zone than most, I'd say. And a wide zone can be tough to deal with as a hitter because you have to start expanding what you're looking for, covering both sides. And with the stuff pitchers have today, you're just not going to have a lot of success. Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Here's a 1-2. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
2 outs, runner at first. Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom. And now maybe extra bases. Coming home. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning. The A's strand 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez. In the air, left field. Brown drifts towards it. And he makes the catch. And a quick out, number 1. Graham Pauley will hit next. Ripped on a line to center. Hauls it in for the out. Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. No score here in the second. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Nothing across here this half. We played 2 full, no score. Back at the ballpark, and one of the things that's been happening lately, hot hitting as we take a look at the numbers this month. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Sanchez hauls it in, and there's one away. Johnny Pareda up next for the A's. Pitch is in there, and the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Top of the 3rd, no score. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Two outs. Swings over the top of that one. Ramirez gathers, throws to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. So they make short work of him there. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. We're tied 0-0. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a tough series offensively, and a look at those numbers. The 1-1 is fouled off. Out to short. Urias to first in time. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning. Garrett Mitchell, the next up for the Marlins. One down, base is empty. And 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball 2. 2-2 to count.
Stays alive. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. He's in there.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Anytime you can drive a ball into the gap the other way, it feels so good. And that's when you know you're right where you need to be at the plate. It's even better when it gets you extra bases. Gotta love looking in at your dugout and seeing your teammates fired up.
Here's the second baseman, Otto Lopez.
That's in. Ball 2.
Missing inside, and that's ball 3. Man at second. And ball
Nope.
4, 2
Ball
aboard.
4.
And now here's the Marlins DH, Griffin Conant. Two on, one out. Ground ball up the middle, and that chance handled. Off balance feed, there's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
Jonah Bride, the next up for the Marlins. 2 on, 2 outs. Chases in the dirt, slider there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hit in the air, left field. He's got it, and that is the inning. Marlins strand a pair, and we're still knotted at 0. Back here in Miami, out of the 4th. Now it's the second baseman, Max Schumann. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Brent Rooker, the next to hit. 1 down, base is empty.
Nope, outside.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
Making 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Next up for the A's, J.J. Bleday. Two down, nobody on. Check swing, tried to hold up. Now it appeal to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. That one just misses. It's 2-2. And they'll do it again. And it's through for a hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Smashed that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Go ahead run on base. Now here's Gio Urshela. Close one, doesn't get the call. And now 3-1. Two outs. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
4th inning underway, no score. Line drive, that's a base hit out into left center field. And now 1st and 2nd with 2 outs.
Back-to-back singles. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
First and second, 2 outs. So here's Brown at the plate. And that drops in for a strike. In the dirt. Count moves to 2-2 as the runners hold. And it remains 2-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. A's strand a couple. Still no score. And we're back. Bottom 4. Now the third baseman, Connor Norby. That one misses. 2 balls and a strike.
You know, these Marlins just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to. Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now a chance for Jesus Sanchez. And he grounds one back up the middle. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
First and second, no outs. And here is Graham Pauley. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And it falls. Heading for the plate. Here comes the throw. He scores and they have the lead. 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI.
When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to. And you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
And here's the catcher, Agustin Ramirez. That one not close. And the count 2-1.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Drops into the glove. Runner tags at second, and he moves up 90 feet. Runners at the corners now. 1 away.
Now batting the left fielder.
And at the plate for Miami, Dane Myers. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
2 strikes.
In this situation, the batter's got to know what the pitcher's trying to do to him, and that's trying to get him to hit the ball on the ground, get 2 for 1. You got to look for something up in the zone. At worst case scenario, you deliver the sacrifice fly.
In the air to left center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 away now.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
So digging in, Garrett Mitchell. The 1-1 is fouled off. To the right side, Schumann. They take the force out. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. You're dialed into the show. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. The 1-1. Right through there for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
On the ground right side. So it was a long battle at the plate, but they still managed to get the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's Luis Arias. 1-1 now. High fly ball down the left field line. That's back. See you later. And this game is tied. It's 1-1.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Now here is Johnny Pareda. The 2-1. In the air, center field. Mitchell gets under it. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup, Yuri Ruiz. Up next for the A's. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Sometimes a hitter will go up there and guess, and it's not just pulling something out of the sky, but expecting because of tendencies a certain pitch in a certain location. He just guessed wrong.
And that's a base hit. And that extends the inning. Max Schumann getting ready to hit. Lifted in the air, right center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Now it's going to be Brent Rooker. Pitch misses there, and it's 2-1. And that's too high.
Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far. His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
Swing and a miss, and it's a full count now.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back here at Lone Depot Park, we head to the bottom of the 5th, and here is Otto Lopez. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Now it's the DH, Griffin Conine. The 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Lopez gets his lead at first. Nobody out. That's off the inside corner, and it's 2-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Runner on the move. Swing and a ground ball. Dives, and he can't hang on. No throw, and they don't get the out.
Back-to-back base hits, really protected with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, he got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball hitting. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Noah Murdoch will depart, and that's an excellent job from the reliever in the starting role today. Gave him some length. Back with a new arm after this. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Michel Otañez.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
Jonah Bride digs in now. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Around third. He'll score, and it's an RBI single. They take the lead. It's 2-1.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
And up next for Miami, Connor Norby. Not even close there. And that's ball 2.
You know, these Marlins doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out 1 time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning.
That misses, and the count is 3-1.
All those numbers mean this offense is really making the defense work by just putting the ball into play. Anything can happen at that point.
And they're all loaded up.
Now back, right fielder,
So bases all loaded up. Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins. Hit hard, should be extra bases. 1 run's in. The second run scores. The run scores all the way from first. It's 5-1. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Graham Pauley, the next up for the Marlins. That one the other way. Brown makes the play. 1 away.
now batting, catcher,
Now it's the Marlins catcher, Agustin Ramirez. Four runs already in the frame. Last half of inning number 5. Liner, base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
now batting, the left fielder.
And now for the Marlins, Dane Myers. Lined, and that's a base hit. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's an RBI single. It's 6-1.
Picks himself up at RBI. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Michel Otonez out of the game, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Mitch Spence gets the call from the pen. This is his third time out this year. Garrett Mitchell, the next up for the Marlins. 2 on, 1 out. There's the swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. In to score is the runner from third, and it's an RBI single, and it's now a 6-run lead. Not in time. He's safe.
Well done. Drives in the run. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Here's the second baseman, Otto Lopez. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And it one-hops the wall. Mitchell around third. He'll score. 2 runs are in. The throw to third, and he's out trying for 3.
Absolutely perfect execution of the relay right there to cut him down at third. And he probably should have shut it down at second base and been happy with the double, but it took a great play to get him. You just have to tip your cap.
Next is the designated hitter, Griffin Conine. The 1-2. And a liner out into right center for a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Connor Norby. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck left field. That one's back there, and that ball is out of here. And they boost their lead. It's 12-1.
Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Mitch Spence gives way, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Ken Waldichuk into the game.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
2 outs, nobody on. Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins. Next one misses, and a count 2-1. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely.
Lede grabs it on the run. So they explode offensively for 11 runs in the inning. We're through 5. It's the Marlins 12 and the A's 1. New pitcher on here, Seth Martinez.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
late on that fastball.
As far as
One ball,
ballpark food, one of
2
my
strikes.
favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, I mean, absolutely levitate some people with your breath. Giorgella steps in.
But we got the crab fries in Philadelphia, is that right?
Yep,
One
and
ball,
then
It's been a long time
2
for me.
strikes.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. That's to third, Norby. In plenty of time to first, 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, left fielder, Seth Brown.
2 down, base is empty. Now the left fielder, Seth Brown. The 2-1.
Yeah.
Two outs, base is empty. And that one ripped into right. Base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Everything came together for him. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Tyler Soderstrom up next for the A's. And a foul ball.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
That one ripped right center field. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Coming home. Now a relay to the plate. It's off the mark, and he scores. And it's now 12-2.
Up next for the A's,
Man at second here with 2 away. And the batter will be the shortstop, Luis Urias. Fastball for a strike. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Fights it off. He'll see another. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Soderstrom at second with 2 down. On the ground to the left, Norby zips it to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. 6, 7, 8 due in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Marlins 12 and the A's 2. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the shortstop, Graham Pauley. Drilled out towards left center field. Lede sizes this one up, and there's 1 down.
up next for the Marlins, the catcher,
And at the plate for Miami, Agustin Ramirez. Cut on and lifted in the air. And it falls. So a man aboard now with 1 away. And up next for Miami, Dane Myers. And a base hit up the middle. And now 2 aboard. Stepping in, Garrett Mitchell. swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
So the batting order turns over. Otto Lopez, the next up for the Marlins. First and second, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. The run comes in, and they extend their lead.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They've had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
So first and second with 2 outs. Now here's the Marlins DH. Griffin Conine, Urias. They get the force. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. They get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We're through 6 full. The Marlins lead it 13-2. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Line drive, base hit, right center field. And that turns the lineup over. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Yuri Ruiz.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Goes down looking. So up next, Max Schumann. And that one clips the corner.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
That one to first, and it goes just foul. Hit hard on the ground to short. Now he launches a throw over his head. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Well, fortunately, they've got a big lead on the scoreboard, so that error shouldn't hurt too much. But you have to be careful about losing concentration in a game like this. It can be an easy trap to fall into.
First and third, 2 away. J.J. Bleday now at the plate. Tosses to first. That's the 3rd out. This one pretty well decided at this point. 7th inning stretch time. Marlins on top, 13-2. Back here in Miami, and now Jonah Bride. In the air out to center. Dives, and it gets by.
Boog, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
So a man aboard, Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. On the ground left side. 6, 4, out, 3. But it's not in time, and they just get 1.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
And now for the Marlins, Jesus Sanchez. Popped in the air, left side. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the shortstop,
And at the plate for Miami, Graham Pauley. Norby off of first with 2 away. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
now batting, catcher,
Now it's the Marlins catcher, Agustin Ramirez. Grounds 1 to short. Urias. The throw to second is offline.
Well, an error like that, you look at the scoreboard and you kind of wonder if they are losing focus out there. And look, it can be tough to stay locked in when you're getting blown out. We've all been there. And I'm not saying that's definitely what happened on this play, but it's not a great look.
So digging in, Dane Myers. Two outs. Hit on the ground to short. Urias. They take the force out to escape a bases loaded jam unscathed. So they leave him loaded and can't capitalize on the error. We look ahead to inning number 8. Miami's out in front, 13-2.
now pitching,
New arm out of the bullpen, Calvin Fauché. And he has some nasty breaking stuff. And a 1-1. This one in the air, right field. Sanchez has this one sized up. He's there. He's got it. 1 down.
the batter, the left fielder, Seth Brown.
And the batter now, Seth Brown. One down, base is empty. So the foul ball makes it 1-2. Ground ball to the right side. Handles, throws to first, and there are 2 outs. Two outs, base is empty. Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Got him swinging. Nothing doing for the offense that time. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. The Marlins lead it 13-2. Back here at Lone Depot Park, here's the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell. Right back to him on the mound. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
The batter, number 6.
Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Otto Lopez. The Marlins up big in this one here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Out there to center, and that'll fall for a base hit.
Another big game. He's looking pretty much unstoppable at the plate. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with a pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
And next is the designated hitter, Griffin Conine. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Ruiz hauls it in, 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman, Yoda Bride.
And up next for Miami, Jonah Bride. Line drive, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Connor Norby. 2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Makes the catch, and that's the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the 9th, and now the shortstop, Luis Urias. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. Here's the catcher to hit, Johnny Pareda. 1 down, base is empty. There's the strike up high. Going to count 1 and 2. Up the middle, Paulie. Now only 1 out remaining. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Yuri Ruiz. This could end it. Foul ball, still a 1 and 2 count. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
After a couple of times through the order, this team really figured it out with the bats. A huge 5th inning, and that was all they really needed to get this victory today. Really nice job to pick up the W today.
And the final 13-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.